Alright, so I presume most of you guys have already read that Boruto manga chapter 0, or maybe I should just call it the prologue of Mitsuki. And basically this 50-page chapter was ideally only meant for Mitsuki and Orochimaru. In the end credits of Boruto Naruto the movie, Mitsuki finally revealed one of his parents, and that was Orochimaru. But the question was, back in the day, is he the father or the mother? I mean, look at the difference from no one knows. Who the are you? Well, we finally figured out in this prologue chapter that Mitsuki was of course no other than a project and synthetic human. Also, he already made one before named Tobirama. Oh, I mean Mitsuki. Yeah, they're the same people, but he's the older one. Orochimaru wants to make more of him, which also gives me that white Zetsu vibe. But the older one kind of wanted to stop Orochimaru and kill the younger Mitsuki himself before it gets out of hand. Turns out the younger version chose his own path, awakens his sage mode due to frustration, and escapes. While the older Mitsuki and Orochimaru talked about the younger Mitsuki future, that's where it'll now lead to the Boruto manga. And what lead all this to my video is that, will the Boruto series just be another type of Naruto and Sasuke rivalry? Well, history would just repeat itself in a different environment or a different imitation. That chapter has just labeled Boruto as the son, and as you may all know, the previous generation, that was Naruto, and then beforehand it was Hashirama, and after that, before that, was Ashura. And as for the moon, it is Mitsuki, and of course behind Mitsuki, Sasuke, then it went from Madara, then it went Indra. But the only difference within these generations is that Mitsuki is actually not an Uchiha, so that is the very first. And to be honest, it makes more sense for Mitsuki being quite the darkness so far of the series, because yet he could feel very neglected now knowing the fact he was never meant to be born. Now I'm sure there could be any other type of people with such a dark past or whatever within that generation, but at this point I can't really see who else now besides Mitsuki, knowing the fact that after the 4th Great Ninja War there hasn't been that much of a threat, which means people didn't really have that much of a horrific life whatsoever. So as we all know, Mitsuki is probably the first one that we know who kind of not have a good past, to say the least, I guess. Orochimaru himself, or herself, I don't know guys, was trying to comfort him, to make him feel special, as if she looks at Mitsuki as a child, okay? But let's be real, Orochimaru is still a fucking snake. If you were Mitsuki and was in his position, also knows the history of Orochimaru, how would you feel exactly, and what the hell would you do? But without that being said, what do you guys think on how it's gonna be the relationship between Boruto and Mitsuki? This was Kishimoto's last work of art in this series, by the way, and that's where he let the new manga writer take off. So it's like he's throwing it out there, it's like he's throwing the major hint, the hintity hint to the writer, like if he wants Boruto and Mitsuki to have that same kind of rivalry between Naruto and Sasuke, Hashirama, Madara, and Ashura and Indra. I just hope if that's the case, their relationship isn't too obvious, as if Mitsuki leaves the village, or Mitsuki tries to extract the Nine Tails and then Project Tsukiyomi bullshit. You know what I mean. I just hope Boruto and Mitsuki future ideals are very unique and very reasoning. Let me know what you guys think overall in all this. Have you read the Boruto chapter 0? What do you think of all this, and where is it going to lead off to? But that's all I have to say for here. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. This is Gillsenzu, and I'll see you guys next time.